Siyabingelela kumkhuzi wamabutho EFF. Sibingelela umongameli wenhlangano yabantu abamnyama elwela inkululeko nomnotho ezweni lethu. Sibingelela umhlanganyelwa umavula kuvaliwe udikatika bandi lomshini umshaye wendoda iphindelela. Umudlo webhanji nenkinobho zalo umakhuluma eNingizimu Afrika qhaqhazela Donald Trump le eAmerica. Sithi phezukwabo mfoka malema ungabisabayeka. Mongameli lenyanga kaNtulukazi uphawu olubalekile kwinhlangano yethu njengoba sobe sigubha iminyaka ye12. Sibiza ke wonke amalunga nabalandeli beEFF ukuthi bazojabula nathi eKhayelitsha ngomhla ka26 kuyona lephezulu lapho sobe sijabulela khona ukukhula kwenhlangano yethu. Inhlangano enobuholi obukhethwa abantu, hayi umhlanganiso nje wasemakhoneni. Now, House Chair, today we stand here to reject this budget vote of the Department of Transport. This budget is an indictment on the department's persistent failures, a department that lacks a transformative vision, a department that has a consistent inability to deliver for the working class and the poor. How can we support a budget that fails to resolve chronic failures and collapse of national, provincial, and municipal roads? Our people are dying daily on the roads, yet this department is obsessed with celebrating minor victories in road fatalities over an Easter weekend, while a week later, over 20 people die in a single road accident in the Eastern Cape. We are led by content creators here. People are obsessed with cameras and want to be famous. This budget vote reflects a department that is trapped in bureaucratic inertia, a department addicted to consultants, paralyzed by outdated organization structures, and is unable to modernize the transport infrastructure in a way that shall serve our people. We see no plans or evidence in this budget that seeks to revive Transnet and to get many trucks off our roads. How many more lives must die on the roads in order for this department to act decisively to save our people? Currently, as the EFF, we continue to mourn the lives of our 10 beloved fighters who lost their lives in a tragic accident involving a truck in Vryheid on the 16th of June. To support this budget would be to dishonor their memory. Our heroes died before their time, all because of a careless government that has no interest in serving our people. There is heavy reliance on consultants in this budget, especially in rail transport. There is a ridiculous increase of over 86.2% for consultants. This is an admission by the department that it does not have the necessary state capacity to deliver on its core mandate. It is a department that heavily relies on outsourcing of its work, just so to sustain patronage networks for the ANC and to feed those corrupt tenderpreneurs at the expense of service delivery. The department has presided over the spectacular failure of the taxi recapitalization program. Thousands of old and unsafe vehicles remain on our roads, endangering commuters and undermining any genuine transformation in the public transport. It's a sobonane mathuneni kind of situation. Bayafa abantu bethu nikhona minister. GoDurban in eThekwini remains inoperative, despite the fact that infrastructure in Corridor C3 has been completed and should be live. Yet nothing is happening. The ministry has once again demonstrated cowardice and poor leadership in resolving the issues of eThekwini. Instead of mitigating the disputes and finding consensus between taxi operators and a municipality, the department has chosen to bully the situation by withholding the grant that is critical to completing that project. We can tell you now, Minister, that this approach is only inviting further problems for yourself. House Chair, let us warn about the systematic destruction that is happening at the Road Accident Fund. We see you and you shall be exposed. The department has engineered a crisis at RAF, a crisis that does not exist, all because certain politicians, including the DA, by the way, want to satisfy the greed of white capital, in particular, the owners of this car. You must keep quiet when I'm talking. Minister, you must tell us if you were appointed by Discovery Medical Aid to be the Minister of Transport, because we must know exactly how to treat you. I don't understand why Discovery will write you a letter and give you an instruction to fire the CEO of RAF. What interest does Discovery have in the Road Accident Fund? Why are you being given instructions by Discovery? Everything that we see happening now at RAF is nothing but the execution of the wishes of white business and Stellenbosch, the funders of the DA. So you must continue and bury those who advocate for true transformation. But the people of South Africa see you, and one day they shall judge you harshly. So, Chair, the EFF will not endorse this budget, a budget that allocates over 95 billion in public funds, but has no credible plan for the radical transformation. Let's give you a bit of solutions. As the EFF, this is what we demand. A decisive end to department's addition to consultant and outsourcing of work. Just go and utilize the EFF cardinal pillar number 3 and build state capacity. I'm giving you solutions, Minister. Don't say I don't teach you anything. Let's get immediate reform of PRASA, Sanral, and Trustnet with strict performance-based contracts and community oversight. Urgent finalization of the road infrastructure funding policy with guaranteed allocations to rural roads. Subsidize public transport for the unemployment and for low-income household. Utilize until these measures, Minister, and more, which I will send to you in writing, are finalized and implemented, the EFF rejects this budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The next speaker is the Honourable Adebe.
Thank you, House Chairperson. The IFP notes and welcome an essential budget that lies at the very heart of South Africa's economic recovery, special justice and community safety, and one whose mandate aligns closely with the IFP's long-standing vision of connecting people to opportunities through safe, reliable, and equitable mobility. At the outset, the IFP commends the Department of Transport for its firm commitment to revitalizing the country's transport infrastructure in line with the President's 2025 State of the Nation Address priorities, the repair of roads and bridges, the modernization of ports and airports, the recovery of commuter rail services, and, enabling Transnet to function optimally. We are encouraged by the department's allocated budget of 80.6 billion, which reflects the scale of the task ahead, while we note that by the end of the second quarter, 39.9 billion has been spent. We appreciate the department's transparency in reporting spending trends and its intentions to accelerate disinvestment in the second half of the year. That said, we encourage the department to continue prioritizing efficiency in transfers and subsidies, especially those linked to strategic interventions like the taxi recapitalization program and the ARTO national rollout. The IFP believes these initiatives must reach beneficiaries in a timely and transparent manner. We therefore propose that the department continue enhancing stakeholder communication and application systems to reduce delays. We also commend the department's effort to contain costs and apply prudence in human resources. However, the IFP notes that compensation of employees sits at only 48.2% of its allocation, largely due to vacancies. While we support the principles of fiscal discipline, we caution that excessive delays in filling critical posts may weaken capacity, particularly in provinces with backlogs in infrastructure planning and maintenance. We urge the department to work closely with the Department of Public Service and Administration to unlock key appointments without compromising oversight. Regarding the taxi industry, we continue to support inclusive efforts to uplift this sector, which remains the backbone of public transport. We call on the department to ensure that recapitalization and compliance processes are simplified and accessible, especially to small and informal operators. A healthy taxi sector is a cornerstone of both safety and economic mobility. In every province, from Umkhanyakude to Matatiele, it is transport that determines whether a child can reach a classroom, whether a business can deliver its goods, or whether a job seeker makes it to an interview. The IFP acknowledges that this department is not just a builder of roads, it is a builder of dignity. In conclusion, the IFP accepts the budget vote not as a blank check, but as a contract for delivery. Delivery that is ethical, inclusive, and felt by the people of South Africa. I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The next speaker is the Honorable Van Staden.